The 1940s were one of the most pivotal decades of the 20th century. In 1942, the world was at war, fighting by land, by sea, and by air. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was in the White House, Winston Churchill was Prime Minister of England, and Joseph Stalin, leader of the USSR, was Time magazine's Man of the Year. Those left behind did their best to keep up morale. The USO was formed to lift the spirits of military personnel worldwide. Benny Goodman was leading the band, and Walt Disney was changing the face of family entertainment. Disney Studios had been working on Bambi for 6 years and was eagerly anticipating its release. But with World War II raging overseas, the military called upon Walt to use his facilities to make educational, training, and patriotic films.
Walt Disney orders his famous cartoon characters into battle dress. They're in popular demand as emblems for the armed forces.
Walt complied and halted all commercial production, except for Bambi. Did you know that in 1942, a house in the United States could be bought for less than $7,000? A car cost a little over $1,000. You could buy a movie ticket for about a quarter, ice cream for 15 cents, and soda pop was only a nickel. While big shoulders, elegant suits, and hooded coats were in style, and elaborate hats were all the rage, many women in the U.S. and abroad took to wearing slacks in the workplace. In baseball, the St. Louis Cardinals beat the New York Yankees 4-1 in the World Series. And in boxing, Joe Louis KO'd Buddy Bear to retain his title as heavyweight champ. Television was still in its infancy, so families gathered around their radios for news and entertainment. Couples were jitterbugging on the dance floor, and popular tunes leaned toward the romantic and sentimental. Bing Crosby's recording of White Christmas, heard in the hit film Holiday Inn, was #1 for 11 weeks. The lights on Broadway were dimmed, but not extinguished that year. George Gershwin's Porgy and Bess, Irving Berlin's This Is the Army, and Thornton Wilder's Pulitzer Prize-winning play, The Skin of Our Teeth, commanded standing ovations. Movies were as popular as ever, offering escapism, inspiration, and romance. Mrs. Miniver, starring Greer Garson, was the highest-grossing picture of the year and went on to win 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actress.
Greer Garson wins the award for her unforgettable Mrs. Miniver.
Disney released 19 animated shorts, starring Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and Pluto. Designed to delight fans at home and honor the men overseas. Promoted as a love story,
Walt Disney, the world's greatest storyteller, brings the world's greatest love story to the screen. Bambi.
Bambi was released on August 13th, 1942, and people lined up for blocks to see the new Disney animated feature film, making it one of the top 10 films of the decade. In 1942, we celebrated the arrival of many men and women who have influenced our world.